It's the year 1940. My country, Algeria, has just entered the war. We declared war on Germany today. We are to be allied with the Polish to fight the Nazi regime. I was selected as a fighter for the French army. I'm proud of it. Maybe there's a possibility for freedom of our country's colonization if we help the French and the Allies defeat the Germans in the war. So today I went to the campsite after saying my goodbyes to family and relatives. As I arrived at the long bus escort, men all over were mobilizing for a coming battle. I was quickly met by a French lieutenant and instructed to gear up. I was already headed to battle after I just arrived at camp. Just my luck. The operation we were in was the Star Offensive, which was an offensive in the Rhine Valley. Our soldiers were met with heavy fire, but we pushed forward and found ourselves in a good decisive fight. I used a mounted LMG and probably killed 68 Germans that day. Our major offensive was postponed by General Louis Ferry until September 17th to 18th, but during the month of October, the Germans reinforced and took the land that we held as our troops withdrew. We suffered 2,000 casualties. I barely made it home today alive after being shot in my appendix while using an LMG. A year has passed. It's 1941. Something crazy today happened. It was 10 a.m. at night as I woke up in a tent after hearing a loud plane crash. The entire camp was put on alarm. I put on clothing and headed out to get info on the crash. Me and a squad was assigned to the town of Mechlin-en-Demas, the site where the plane crashed. We took a Humvee towards the site. As we arrived, we drew our weapons. There, still inside the plane, was a German airman, still alive with documents. We took the man into custody and took the documents to the intelligence service of Belgium. We weren't briefed on what was inside the document, but I believe that it may have been something very important about German strategies. If this is true, then it will give us an edge in the war against the Germans and bring us closer to victory than ever before. But this may mean we will be deployed in the front lines of another battle. But to be quite honest, most of myself, I enjoyed the thrill of battle, sadly to admit. I love killing the Nazi scum. Anyone who threatens my country will die, and even if I had to die with them. It's another year has passed, the year of 1942, and I have recently been assigned to the Free French Air Force, taking flight. It could be worse, but wars are all about experiences, right? We will be flying over the great city of Britain to battle the Luftwaffe if we must. After riding back home, we were given word that the Luftwaffe had attacked the RAF's airfield and they needed help. I immediately hopped in my plane and got on the runway and took off. Right behind me were 200 or so other fighters headed for the battle over the city of Britain. Soon as we arrived, we were met with heavy fire from the planes of the Germans. The first few planes in front of me burst into flames as they were shot down. We assembled an eagle formation to counter the offensive attack, but the formation proved futile as more of our planes were picked out of the sky. So we all scattered to give us a little advantage as we had faster aircraft than the German airplanes. I glanced at the city here and there, and only to see rubble, broken down buildings due to the intense Nazi bombing. I shot down 2 planes during the battle, mostly due to my anxiety in the air, and nearly killed again as my plane was being tailed by 2 planes. But I was saved by fellow aircraftmen. The battle proved victorious as we defended much of the city from the Germans. It's 1943. The war has been escalating for quite some time. Quite frankly, I'm exhausted. If and when will the war will be over, it's been hectic. These last couple of days I've been in battle, so many operations only God knows. Recently I participated in the battle of Monte Cassino while stationed in Italy. It was a 4 assault battle we fought, I being part one of those assaults. It will probably be one of my last battles with my left hand. Their intense fighting was lost. It was during the right flank when I was grouped in with the French Moroccan soldiers. We were to flank the Germans from the right. We were initially gaining ground on the Germans, passing by Monte Steflaco to get to Monte Belvedere. We had been abruptly halted in our progress and serious gunfights. I being hit by a live grenade along with my fellow soldiers. I was lucky to be alive, but lost my left hand. I was rushed out by medics and received attention on my injuries. Our 2 divisions suffered 2,500 casualties. 1944. Today was my final battle in the war. Why? Well, I was really roughed up during the Operation Beding Scene. At the time, I lost my right leg. I'm not fit for war anymore, but I am proud to have fought for the freedom of my country.